Charles III, formerly called Prince Charles, formerly in full Charles Philip Arthur George, Prince of Wales and Earl of Chester, Duke of Cornwall, Duke of Rothesay, Earl of Carrick and Baron Renfrew, Lord of the Isles, and Prince and Great Steward of Scotland. Born November 14, 1948, Buckingham Palace, London, England. King of the United Kingdom of Great Britain and Northern Ireland from September 8, 2022. He is the eldest child of Queen Elizabeth II and Prince Philip, Duke of Edinburgh. His first military services appointment was in 1969. He took a bachelor's degree there in 1971, the first ever earned by an heir to the British Crown. In 1992 he founded the Prince of Wales's Institute of Architecture, which later evolved into the BRE Trust, an organization involved with urban regeneration and development projects. On February 24, 1981 the engagement of Charles, Prince of Wales and Lady Diana Spencer was announced at Buckingham Palace. On July 29, 1981 Charles married Princess Diana. The fairy tale wedding took place at St. Paul's Cathedral. 11 months later on June 21, 1982 Prince William of Wales was born. William is second in line for the throne after his father. 2 years later their second son Prince Harry was born September 15, 1984. Diana said that during the months before was his birth, she and Charles were closer than they ever had been before, but after the birth of Harry the marriage went badly wrong. On August 28, 1996 the fairy tale marriage came to an end, Charles and Diana divorced. A year later, on August 31, 1997, Diana died in a car crash. On April 9, 2005, he married Camilla Parker Bowles, born 1947, with whom he had a long-standing relationship. After the wedding, Parker Bowles took the title of Duchess of Cornwall. Following Queen Elizabeth II's death on September 8, 2022, Charles became king. Charles delivered his inaugural address on September 9, 2022. Also on September 9 Charles met with Prime Minister Liz Truss at Buckingham Palace. The new king toured the constituent units of the United Kingdom as they mourned Elizabeth's death. During his 70-year wait to ascend the British throne, King Charles III has garnered quite the reputation for speaking his mind. So, to honor His Majesty, and glean from his wisdom, here reflecting the most memorable King Charles quotes. The future of mankind can be assured only if we rediscover ways in which to live as a part of nature, not apart from her. As human beings, we suffer from an innate tendency to jump to conclusions, to judge people too quickly and to pronounce them failures or heroes without due consideration. Do we want to go down in history as the people who did nothing to bring the world back from the brink in time to restore the balance when we could have done? I don't want to. Children respond to timelessly intriguing things like small, hidden paths which you never quite know where they're leading, or little tunnels and little places that make it exciting and interesting. That's what I love. Just as mankind had the power to push the world to the brink, so, too, do we have the power to bring it back into balance. I believe passionately that everyone has a particular God-given ability. The mistake is to think that clever technology can solve everything, but it can't solve our relationship with nature, which is where I think it's gone wrong in that we have somehow abandoned our proper connection with nature. Relationships with fathers can be such complex ones. So often, I suppose, One must long to have got on better or to have been able to talk freely about the things that matter deeply, but one was too inhibited to discuss. Grandparenthood is a unique moment in anyone's life, as countless kind people have told me in recent months, so I am enormously proud and happy to be a grandfather. I think we'd be very foolish to expect that we can just import everything from somewhere else and imagine that that's going to last forever and ever and ever. There isn't really a set job or role. You have to some extent to do what you feel is right. Doing nothing would be easy enough. The important thing is to serve this country and its people and the Commonwealth. I'm a dangerous person because I mind about things. I find myself born into this particular position. I'm determined to make the most of it, and to do whatever I can to help. And I hope I leave things behind a little bit better than I found them. The death of my beloved mother, Her Majesty the Queen, is a moment of the greatest sadness for me and all members of my family. Something as curious as the monarchy won't survive unless you take account of people's attitudes. After all, if people don't want it, they won't have it. All my life, people have been telling me what to do. I'm tired of it. My private life has become an industry. As you may possibly have noticed from time to time, I have tended to make a habit of sticking my head above the parapet and generally getting it shot off for pointing out what has always been blindingly obvious to me. We're busily wrecking the chances for future generations at a rapid rate of knots by not recognizing the damage we're doing to the natural environment, bearing in mind that this is the only planet that we know has any life on it.